for our Chinese audience, I'd like you to tell us, was this your first time voting?
This was my first time voting. It means a lot to me. I let my ballot sit on my desk for a really long time, and it got to the point where I was thinking that I wasn't even going to vote. And then I realized that that would be such an awful decision because this election is probably the most important of my life. So I'm really glad that I made the decision to send in my ballot. It's really scary, especially being in New York City. I've had a lot of my friends yesterday, the election day, we were all talking about how we were going to stock up on food so that we wouldn't have to leave our rooms too much because of the potential threats from the Proud Boys and white supremacist groups and other things, whether Trump wins or not. I feel like there's a chance of retaliation either way, so it's really scary right now.
Wow. Do you have any questions for our Chinese audience?
Probably just your opinions of our country and the state of our country right now, because I only have my own perspective and I always wonder what other people think about us and if they think that we are all Trump supporters and we're all for our president, or if they realize that most of us aren't.
Any other cultural question?
Yeah, my question would probably be, what age is it normal for women to start dating in China? Because for here, it's pretty young, so I was wondering if that was similar. So the age that women start dating around here is probably around 15, around the beginning of high school.
My name is Juan. I am a Colombian student. I go to Pace University. I'm a senior. Regarding this election, I'm from New Jersey. That's where I voted. This is my second time voting. Out of the 2 times I've voted, this is definitely one of the most impactful elections just because there's so much at stake right now. When you think about COVID, when you think about the new nomination for the Supreme Court, the Senate, stimulus checks for the American people, there's a lot at stake that's happening right now. And not just that, think about the polarization that's happening in the country right now. The country is more divided than it's ever been. And it's a joke, but online there's even rumors of a civil war, which of course is unlikely, but the fact that things like this are coming up just demonstrate how divided we are as a country. For somebody my age in China, what's your perspective on life in America, and how would you contrast your life over there compared to what it would be over here? How is the commuting? I guess what you guys do on your commutes, is it an easy commute? Is the transit accessible, or is it like a long commute and you have to schedule overtime?
This election has been very stressful. There's been a lot of controversy and amongst my family and my friends' families because there's a big split because it's Democrat and Republican. There's really no room for people to come together. You have to pick a side. And I think that's really interesting because it kind of, draws people apart, which says a lot about our system. I'm 18 years old. I'm a Democrat, and I lean to more liberal views. And I just want to know, is there a title for the type of views where if I'm leaning towards more equal rights for people and more liberal views, is there a label for that in China? Would you consider yourself something? Would you consider yourself a liberal or a conservative?
So I'm actually from Los Angeles, California, and that state pretty much always votes Democratic. So one could argue that my vote would not sway the state, but I still wanted to make sure I got my vote in and be a part of this election. So I had my ballot sent from my home out here to me, and then I sent it back to my family, and they turned it in for me because I still wanted to participate in this election. Voting in this election meant a lot for me because I knew that I wasn't just voting for myself or for a candidate. I was also voting for my friends and my family and for the future. So it was really a time for me to think about who I cared about and who I wanted to receive my support in my community. So I want to know, how many of you guys want to study abroad and where you want to study abroad? Because I personally would love to travel to other countries during my college experience, and I want to know if you feel the same and where you'd like to go to.
大家好，我叫爱德华，请关注我哟。